All right, here we are live. This is Randy Carvin, and this is Randy's Rant for a Tuesday night. Uh, as I come on the air, we've got problems next door. I'm keeping an ear on it. Since she called the police earlier today, I'm kind of depending on her to do that. The guy that is here on the property destroyed her doorknob next door, and there is a court order against him being on the property, but he stays long enough that the police cannot get here in time to catch him because they would lock him up. Oh, let me get past that though. Great news here in Kirksville, Missouri. We now have a uh, mask mandate for the city, and that kind of made my day on a bad day. I'm still working with DirecTV. Decided to be better to call them early. It seems like I can get an American on shore when I do so. Oh, let's see what I've got that I can drift down through. Uh, Today, Joe Biden made his picks for cabinet, and what's the first thing? Tom Cotton, Ted Cruz, and Marco Rubio don't like the picks. No, they wouldn't. These people that Biden is appointing were second in command in the department or the cabinet positions that they will occupy January 20th, 2021. These are great picks, unlike Donald Trump's uh, great picks or good people and all that. This time it won't be bullshit, and this time it is not going to be America first, even though the dumbass said so today. He still is grifting. You can count on that. That's what he does best. He's grifting. He wants to get money to pay his debts and make them think that that legal team is going to do anything. It's over with. He has to have evidence. He can't carry that to the Supreme Court. Oh, but I thought we would walk down through cabinet positions for some not so fond memories, but we hope the door doesn't hit them in the ass when they leave in January. And just think about the fascists that will be leaving the cabinet position: Mnuchin, DeVos, Ben Carson, Mike Pompeo, and of course the pocket AG of the Department of Justice, Bill Barr, and all those acting whatever, uh, too many to name in that case. Through it all, the White House will throw holiday parties. That's a good idea. He wants to spread the virus a little further before he gets out. Of course, he thinks he's staying. He's declared himself King Ding Dong. Oh, shit. Honey, don't grab my mic again. Ornery son of a bitch. And he acts like none of it's happening. And you can't make this shit up. And as far as the parties go, we should have expected that. Super spreader events, and you can't make that shit up, you know. Fundraising with 330 emails to supporters since November 7th for his elite legal team that he threw one of them under the bus over the weekend. It all runs together now, but we don't have to put up with it much longer. Tweety Turd decided to tell people that the GSA doesn't determine the election result. According to law, Donnie, it does determine the election results, or she wouldn't have signed the paperwork for Biden to start the transition. That's what it says by law. Only the president and vice president can start a transition. Even though she didn't call him president elect, it still counts. You're out. Biden will be in. And what is this other than he will not concede? He's the raving of a madman. Biden's pick for his cabinet, like I said, were all second in charge under Obama. I think I hadn't checked all of them, but I believe they are. But that's people with knowledge where they can hit the ground running when they start. Uh, and like I said, Rubio, uh, Cruz, and Cotton, of course, don't like them. And that's why it's more important than ever that we help the two Democratic candidates in Georgia, John Ossoff and Reverend Raphael Warnock. And as soon as I possibly can, I will be giving money to their campaigns. Oh, I started on page 2. Just run down and see what I got of interest in page 1. And last night on Cuomo, from what I got of that from CNN Go, since our antenna was frozen and I couldn't get anything on TV. They're saying that 45 will never concede. And it sounds like those in Congress were worried about the GOP in Congress and White House. Some of his advisors were starting to see that things were kind of cracking in that wall and they had to do something. And I'll express again, that happened on the 16th day since the election. We need to change the law going forward, not just for a Democratic administration, but for Republican administration as well. We can't let this ever happen again. You need that full 11 weeks. He's been cheated out of 3 weeks of transition because of the dumbass in the White House. And conservative networks are still pushing the same bullshit. And a Trump advisor calls Donnie's tweets, or Tweety Turd, as I call him, a veiled attempt to justify continued fundraising solicitations. And as of last night, they were talking about Donnie is souring on Giuliani. He will throw his legal team under the bus, always blaming others. If he has to leave, it wasn't his fault. Where have we heard that kind of shit before? Well, hell, you can't make it up. And then I saw I'll just give you one of the lines from what she was saying last. Laura Coates, I believe. We're living in a perverse version of the Wizard of Oz. Think about the line in the Wizard of Oz, his little speech. That's Donnie. Except they have no evidence. The last word, and that's when I finally I was able to get it back on television at that time when the last word at 12 a.m. came on in the repeat of it. In Emily Murphy's letter, still didn't refer to Biden or Harris as elect, but they can formally begin the transition. They're the only ones by law that can start a transition. She made the statement that she came to that decision on her own. Yeah, when pigs fly. Oh, didn't have much, but I wanted to be in a better mood when I did come back out here tonight. Uh, that's right, Angie. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Well, King Ding Dong, Ding Dong Donnie, and many other names. And we have work to do going forward. The man has not stopped being nasty. He will continue to be as nasty as he can think, anything he can think of to be uh, an asshole. He's well versed in being an asshole. And one thing I'm thinking about, he doesn't want to remove that gold toilet that he's got in the White House. He thought that was going to be his throne from now on. Yeah. And I did want to kind of explain some people have been concerned about Grace and I's plans for Thanksgiving. We will go to my mother-in-law's house. There will be, she will be there. She lives there with her oldest son, Frank. He will be there. And then Grace's other brother. Both these guys are single, so there's no extra guests at our Thanksgiving. Les works for ConAgra, so his temperature is checked daily. And he has told us they've been very careful down where he works. Anybody that did have a fever or they thought might have been exposed have not been allowed to come back to work without a quarantine. So that's it. Me and Grace and three others at the house at all the holidays, 4th of July, whatever the holiday occasion was in 2020 with COVID-19. This is the way we have done it. Grace and I have not seen the grandkids for how long has this been going on? 10 months? We have not seen them. Talked to them on the phone at times, but we have not seen them or any of the grandchildren. So we have played it safe. I called it right when my stepson wanted to get together for the 4th of July at the park. They went to the park. We went to my mother-in-law's house and had our 4th of July. Called it right. And then another member of the family caught it, and they got through it all right and it back out. So, but then it took them, two people in the family, to learn that, they might better wear a mask and be careful in these days. They've now learned it, but it's too late to even think about. We weren't going to have any big Thanksgiving. We're not having a big Christmas. We're going to do it the same way we've been doing it. We're going to stay safe. And I'm delighted that we're going to have a mask mandate here. And another thing, at least it quieted down next door. He did his beating on the door and yelling. I guess he's gone for now. All right. Hello, James. Hello, Brian. Hello, Angie. I hadn't seen you around. And Brian, and of course, Josh. Josh was the first one in the room tonight. Like I said, I didn't have much. I just wanted to get out here. We need to be thankful, each and every one of us. A lot of us have had losses in our family, and some not actually connected to COVID 19, like my sister in law. Uh, but I think it had a part to do with she just kind of seemed to give up before she passed away. Uh, and that's the way it's affected people. Uh, Here she was getting over breast cancer and then the pandemic all around her, trying to get over the cancer. So I'll always believe that had something to do with it. All right, that's about all I got tonight. I want you to go down and like and share. And if you're new here, drop down there and subscribe. We lost one subscription since the last show. Uh, and I admit it, I'm not for everybody. I just tell the truth to power, baby. And that's what we have to keep doing. We're going to see that asshole out the door of the White House. That's the people's house. That is our house. And he will leave regardless of what he thinks. He, he's ridiculous. He can't do anything. And I think even he knows it. But, when you're talking still America first, yeah, isolate us from the world, be friends with dictators, uh, shoot a bird at our traditional allies. Oh, yeah, that's the way that you had it, Donnie, but it ain't going to continue in the future. All right. Have a good one, and I'll leave you with peace, resist, persist, and I insist that we see this thing through, and I insist that you have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. Uh, the smaller you can make it, the better it will be. But please do it safely. All right. Have a good one, and I'll see you, let's see, on Facebook tomorrow around 6 p.m. I want you to help me share this shit. All right. Bye bye now. And hello, John S.